Good day, everyone. This is the Total Investor channel, and I would like to take the opportunity to welcome investors and traders, both novices and experts alike. We will be reviewing the technical charts, patterns for stocks, commodities, foreign exchange, and cryptocurrencies. Everything that we discuss here will be for educational purposes only, and it is not to be thought of as financial advice. Now, this is our very first video today, and this is what we will be looking at. First up is Tesla, TSLA. So, what indicators would have been profitable for a Tesla investor? This is a 6-month chart. We can see that it has been moving from mid-September all the way straight across to mid-November. It was in a consolidation pattern. And once it broke out through that pattern at around $460, that was the buy signal. We also see here that the 10-day and the 50-day had crossed. The stock was above that, so that was a buy signal. 2, the RSI traded above 50. That's a second signal. And 3, we have the DI numbers, the DI lines crossing into positive territory. So it's very interesting how they all aligned on the same day. It remained in positive territory up until we got a warning here. Here is a top, and here is the second top. Unfortunately, the RSI did not make a top. So this is telling us that although the price is moving higher, it did so on lower strength. Just a warning. Here is where we got one sell signal when the RSI went below 50. The stock still held above support at around 776 here and here. It traded below that. The 10-day moving average was sloping downwards. That was a warning. And down here we had the DI numbers crossing again, red over green. So that was 3 sell signals right there. That's very interesting. It pulled back to support here at around 560, and then we got a pop. Right now we're in the neutral zone on Tesla. Next is AMZN, AMZN. This basically the easiest way to make money on this one would have been just looking at the moving averages, specifically the 50-day. Just buying it when it's above the 50-day and upward sloping, you would have done quite well. You could have taken profits looking at the DX. Here, when it's above 40 and it breaks down, that would have been a perfect sell. Here, the black line I'm referring to, breaks down, so does the stock. Here, the DX breaks down, and it's a little bit early, but we showed a top. Here again, the DX line breaks down, so does the stock. And here we have the RSI just breaking down below the 50. So what do we have here? Well, it's on support above the upward sloping 50-day moving average, but below the 10. So it's mixed right now. Next is APHA, APHA, one of the marijuana stocks. This gave several buy signals just using the RSI. If you had only bought it when it crossed the 50-day, you would have done well. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you would have bought in here. You could have sold as a short-term sell when the ADX numbers move down. Here, here, here. So let's look at this. Buying it here when the RSI crosses above 50, taking a little bit of a profit. Buying again when the RSI crosses above 50, taking your profit. So from here to here is a profit. Buying again when the RSI crosses above 50, here, taking your profit when the ADX line moves down. And where are we now? Well, the RSI traded above 50, and we're above the 50-day and the 10-day. So it looks positive from here. Next, plug power, PLUG. This one worked very well, just looking at the RSIs. Buy it above the 50, right here. And if you only had held it, you would have done quite well. It was always above the 10-day and the 50-day moving averages, sloping upwards. Here's your second chance of buying it at around the upper teens. And here, here's where you got your first warning. When the RSI traded below 50. In this section here, we can see that the stock has been consolidating for a couple of weeks. And on support up until this day here, when the RSI traded below 50, the stock also traded below support. And what happened down here? The DI lines crossed. So there, that was your sell signal. Would have made some very good money from the lower teens, maybe even mid-teens if you bought late, all the way up to around $60. Right now, we've had a little bit of a pop, but we are still in negative territory. We need a little bit of work to do. VERU, V-E-R-U. This one, what worked well? Well, if you only had one indicator, the RSI worked well. Bought it when it crossed above the 50. That would have been way down here at around, I believe that's $3, give or take. Also, you got another confirmation here with the DI lines crossing up and the 10-day and the 50-day crossing. So great buy signal. Very rare that you get all three signals on the same day. All you had to do was hold it. It moved, it popped about 3 times. No, actually about 4 times in value. Had a little bit of a correction. You could have taken a little bit of some profit taking here with the ADX line turning back down here. It consolidated for 2 months roughly, and then we got a pop after the breakout. Went up again about 2.5 times, and we did not get a good sell signal until here, or at least there was a warning when above 40 and it started to turn down here. That was our first warning. The second one was over here when the RSI went below 50 and it started to trade below the 10-day moving average. What happened is that it came down to support, which was previous resistance, and it popped. Where are we now? Well, we got a little bit of a pop here with because of the buy on the RSI after it crossed above 50, and the DIs also crossed. So it's a buy. At least it was here when we got to the signal. Next is BB, BlackBerry. BlackBerry gave some very good signals using the RSI. Here, when it crossed above 50, the stock was at around $5. It jumped to about 10 and then consolidated for a couple of weeks. It broke through the downward trend line, moved up on a spike. You could have also bought it here when it gave this signal of the RSI crossing above 50, which was in about $7, $7.50. That would have been a nice return, and that would have been a pullback. Unfortunately, there were no good technical indicators that protected you from your gains here. And when in this kind of a situation, you can only use stop losses and just trailing them, moving them up as the stock moves up. So where are we now? Well, the DI numbers are positive. It's above the 10-day moving average, sloping upwards. We're almost above the 50-day, and the RSI did cross 50, so very positive on BlackBerry. Finally, ARK Innovation, ARKK. Just buying this on an upward sloping 50-day moving average and would have made you money. Here you could have also used the 10-day to help you time it a little bit better. We can see here that it did hit resistance at around 108, pulled back, resistance again, pulled back, then it finally broke through, and that's when it became support. All you had to do was hold it. The RSI was above 50 well before it broke out. So you had to just keep on holding it. Finally, we got our first warning sign here when the RSI broke below 50. You also had warning signs up here as the stock made a high, another set of highs, and a third set of highs. However, the RSI did not make subsequent highs. They were lower. So that was a warning sign. The stock went up, but on less strength. Here is when the stock starts to break down. Not only the stock below the downward sloping 10-day moving average, it's starting to approach the 50-day moving average. Here is the other sell signal. The DI is cross. So this was the final sell. Where are we now? Well, we just popped above support, and we are still in negative territory as it's below the 50-day moving average. We are below the 50 on the RSI and still negative with the ADX numbers. So personally, I would hold on and wait for better numbers in the future. Now, I would like to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel by hitting the notification bell, and if you are on social media, Twitter, Facebook, or even Reddit, then please, if you can, just help to promote this video using, of course, their guidelines. So please, no spamming. Finally, if you have any questions or would like to have a particular chart reviewed, then please comment down below. I would like to see you in the next video, and have a profitable trading day. Thank you.